Hello and welcome to another edition of What's Your Problem? Now, we have Park Ranger Joey on the line. Let's see if we can get him. Park Ranger Joey, do you hear me?
Yes, I can. Hello, Professor Burger. Today is Greg the Gorilla's birthday. I told him he could spend the whole day wherever he wanted. He's so great, he's let all the animals vote on it.
Well, that's great. So what's your problem?
Well, the thing is that we've gotten lots of votes on all different kinds of places, and it's getting a little confusing.
I think that, in fact, a bar graph might be just the thing you need. Why don't you come back to the studio, and let's take a look at a question together.
Okay, be right there. Here.
I love it when you're with me in the studio.
Me too.
Okay, here's a challenge that I think will help. So, Greg chose a place that has more votes than the aquarium and the museum together.
Ooh.
The question is, which place did Greg choose? Now, when we look at the information, we see an example of a bar graph.
That is.
So a bar graph is we see a graph where we have all these bars that actually indicate how many of various things. In this case, we look here for the scale, and we see the scale represents number of children. And so, for example, when I see the aquarium, I see that the bar goes to this value, which if I go down is 4. That means 4 students thought the aquarium was their favorite place.
Oh.
And the zoo, you could see, that bar goes all the way
There's
to
a lot.
8. So when we look at the scale of 8, we see that a number of children that prefer the zoo, in fact, is 8. Okay?
Right.
So we want to find a place that has more votes than the aquarium and the museum combined. And when I hear "and," Joey, my mind thinks addition.
That's right.
So
my mind thinks that too.
Perfect. So what we want to do is we want to take the aquarium and the museum and see how many students, how many children pick the aquarium, how many pick the museum, and then add them up. So let's see. The aquarium is up here. So we already saw that was 4.
4.
So I'm going to write 4 here. So here's 4 plus, and then how many students pick the museum? Well, if I look here, it's green, and I go down, I see 3.
Looks like 3 to me.
Exactly, so 3. And now if I add up those numbers, I see 4 plus 3 is 7. So we see that 7 students preferred the aquarium and the museum together when you add up all those students.
Got it.
Now we're looking for a place which actually is more popular than 7. Now if we look at this, let's look at the beach. Well, the beach, that actually only had 6 people that liked it.
Yeah, that only has 6.
But the zoo had 8. So we see that the zoo actually got 8 votes. And so since the zoo got 8 votes, what we see is zoo got 8 votes. And so it means that the zoo must have been the place that Greg chose because 8 votes. And so what did Greg choose? He chose the zoo. And that's the answer. And that's how we read a bar graph and look at the scale real carefully.
Oh, thanks so much, Professor. I think all the animals will be really happy with that.
Really? But that means that they're going to be going to the zoo. That doesn't make sense.
Well, they love the zoo because it's the best place to go human watching.
Have fun with math. We'll see you soon. I never thought of it that way.
Yeah, not to mention